A night like this. There are nights when silence feels heavier than noise. And on nights like this, I just want to talk. Hi, can you hear me okay? I turned on the live stream without much thought. My hair's still messy, and I didn't even put on makeup tonight. But that's okay, right? We don't always need to look perfect to talk about the heart. I like nights like this. It's quiet. There's only the hum of the fan and maybe a dog barking far away. I like nights like this. Nights when everything slows down. And even the city forgets to be loud. They make me feel a little sad. But also, safe. Do you ever feel like everyone's moving on except you? Sometimes I scroll through my feed. And everyone seems to be doing something amazing. New jobs. New love. Engagements. Vacations. And I'm just here. Sitting in my room. Talking to a little camera. Waiting for someone. Maybe you, to reply with a comment like, I feel that too. Because maybe, if even one person understands, then I'm not as behind as I thought. The girl I was in high school. I was the kind of girl who always said, I'm fine. Even when I wasn't. Even when I cried myself to sleep. People thought I was cheerful. But really, I was just good at hiding things. If I could meet that version of me again, I'd hug her and say, you don't have to be okay all the time. Maybe I'm saying that to myself now. 2. The warmth of strangers. One night, I missed the last bus home. It was raining, and my phone was at 2%. I stood outside a convenience store, half crying. Then this old lady, a total stranger, took out her umbrella and said, come on, I'll walk you halfway. We didn't talk much. She just kept saying, it's okay, I'll stay until someone comes. She left before I could say thank you properly. But I still remember her face. Sometimes, kindness from a stranger stays with you longer than the words of someone you love. My room isn't big, but it's mine. My bed squeaks when I move. My lamp flickers sometimes. My curtains don't match. But this room knows me better than anyone. It's seen me laugh, scream, cry into my pillow. It's held all my secrets. I think everyone should have a space like that. A place where your heart feels like it can breathe. When I can't sleep, I write letters I'll never send. To friends who disappeared. To people I miss. To versions of me I've left behind. I never send them. I just write, cry a little, then tuck them into my drawer. And for some reason, that makes me feel better. If you're watching this right now, maybe you can't sleep either. Maybe you just wanted a voice to fill the silence. If that's the case, hi. I'm glad you're here. Let's not pretend to be strong tonight. Let's just sit in the quiet together. Even if we're strangers. Even if we're miles apart. You and we're sharing this moment. And that means something. My first breakup. My first rain. It was raining the day I went through my first breakup. It was summer rain. And I hadn't brought an umbrella. We had a fight, more like an argument, right in front of a cafe. He walked away first. And I just stood there, getting soaked in the rain. I wasn't mad or bitter. I was just sad. Why did he leave without saying anything? Why was it always me left standing alone at the end? Now that I think about it, maybe the rain cried for me that day. Because if I cried too, I might have completely broken down. The fear of loving again. People say things like, time heals everything. You'll find someone better. You'll forget once the pain fades. But sometimes those words don't mean anything. After a breakup, it's not the pain that hurts the most. It's the fear of starting over again. What if I get hurt again? What if I love more than I'm loved again? So even when I meet someone new, I avoid it. I pretend I'm fine, like I'm okay being alone. Love is scary, because you already know how much it can break you when it ends. A day with my silent father. My dad was always quiet. He didn't say much, rarely smiled. As a child, I thought he didn't love me. He always took care of Mom. But with me, he was just distant. But one night, I saw the light on in the living room. I peeked out, and there he was, sitting at the table, staring at my report card. He let out a sigh and softly said, "My daughter must have had a hard time." That moment made me tear up. He didn't need to say much. His silence was filled with more love than I realized. Love doesn't always come with words. Talking to myself more often. Lately, I've been talking to myself a lot. I dropped my chopsticks again. This song is really good. I feel kind of lonely today. No one hears it, but I keep speaking. And it's not even weird anymore. That part kind of scares me. Maybe it's because there's too much I want to say, but no one to say it to. Talking to myself feels like the quietest cry for connection. The umbrella that still remains. I still have that umbrella we used together. A blue checkered one, with a small tear in the corner. And a slightly worn handle. But every time I see it, I remember us walking side by side in that alley. It was pouring. Our shoes were soaked. And we laughed. Why are we even walking like this? That laugh, it's still clear in my mind. He's long gone. But the memory still returns whenever it rains. The friend who became a lover. We were friends first. We shared everything, laughed, cried, leaned on each other. Then, one day, we became lovers. It felt natural, like nothing really changed. But it did. Little things that used to make us smile started to hurt. Tiny remarks turned into wounds. Things we used to laugh off as friends became arguments as lovers. Eventually, we stopped being both. And now, we're just part of each other's past. Sometimes I wonder if we had stayed just friends. Could we have smiled a little longer? Walking in the rain alone. One night, I felt so suffocated that I walked out without an umbrella. It was late, and the rain fell softly. At first, I was annoyed, wet shoes, damp clothes. But after a while, it didn't matter. That quiet walk in the rain felt like therapy. The cars splashing water, the dripping leaves, all of it. It silenced the noise inside me. And for the first time, I realized, maybe loneliness isn't all bad. Sometimes, it's the only way to really hear yourself. If you're listening tonight, I've talked for a while now. Haven't I? If you're listening to this voice right now, and you've had a rough day, thank you for being here, for staying. We don't know each other. But in this moment, I feel like we can share a little of our hearts. Rain eventually stops. It leaves behind the smell of the earth. Pain is the same. It shakes us, breaks us, leaves scars. But someday, quietly, it goes away. If tonight, you felt even a little more at peace, that's more than enough.